Wilson Marseille, Harrison Regional Chamber of Commerce.
The vision for the Arkansas Entrepreneurial Policy Summit was to bring together entrepreneurs, policymakers, statewide partners, entrepreneur support organizations, and community leaders to help figure out the pain points that entrepreneurs are facing in the state of Arkansas. During the 3-day summit, guests were able to share different pressure points and issues and challenges in each region. And we were all able to better understand some of the challenges that entrepreneurs are facing and able to brainstorm different ideas and ways to resolve those issues.
Irma Chavez, Conexión de Negocios Latinos.
The Policy Summit was a pivotal event for the conductor, and I think it'll prove to be a pivotal event for the state of Arkansas. We gathered for a couple of days and really began to flesh through the original Policy Summit that was authored by the conductor, which was based on America's New Business Plan from the Kauffman Foundation. Our whole team went into the summit with a bias that we were going to find significant differences between the various regions of the state of Arkansas. So we even gathered in the summit in those respective regions. What we learned as we progressed through the 2 days together was that the differences that existed in policy issues were not necessarily between the various regions, say Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast, or Central, but more importantly, those differences were really relegated to the differences in urbanicity, urban regions versus rural regions. For instance, in some of the rural areas, in the smaller cities, the policies of the local city government with regard to permits and inspections, with regard to business licenses, with regard to transportation, the availability or inavailability of public transportation, those seem to be most significant in the rural areas of the state of Arkansas. Less significant, of course, in the urban regions where there is population density, where perhaps the policy functions of the municipalities are more developed and maybe have more volume. By the end of the 3 days, not just our entire team, but all of the participants seemed to have a really good understanding of what were the critical issues in their respective municipalities, but what critical issues were also shared across the rural areas and, say, the urban areas. So I'm really looking forward to the next steps of how we're going to take this feedback from our original policy map initiative, how we're going to revamp that, how we're going to bring in the components of the 2 days that we discovered and build that into a really actionable plan going forward.
Edward Haddock, District Director, U.S. Small Business Administration.
Our plan is to take the perspectives and challenges that we heard at the Policy Summit and revamp the Arkansas Entrepreneurship Policy Map. We will then republish the newly updated policy map to advocate for policy change with leaders and policymakers. We'll also relaunch the Coalition to Advance Arkansas Entrepreneurship. We want to advocate for and alongside entrepreneurs to lower barriers for small business on a local, state, and national level.